'Cause you never know what life is gonna take you, and you can't change where you've been. But today, I have the opportunity to choose. Here I am now looking at 30, and I got so much to say. Gotta get this off of my chest, I gotta let it go.
Hi friends! I am so excited to see you guys here again for week 2. Last week we talked about watching your mouth and just being careful of, what you put out there, because you hear yourself and you have the capability of hurting your feelings just like anybody else does. This week I want to talk about dreams and what those are, and how do we follow those things despite. I just want to really jump right into it because it's been on my heart. So here we go. This week I really want to talk about my mother. Yeah, my mother is one of the strongest women I have ever known. Now I know everybody says that. Everybody got a strong mama. But listen, my mother has dealt with so much. So for a large portion of my mother's life, she had been addicted to drugs, and it cost her a lot. I was taken away from her. Her other children wouldn't speak to her. Family and friends turned their backs on her. She literally had nothing. No one. She went to jail, and all she had then was her faith. She had to depend on God to see her through. Now, that sounds easy, right? It sounds like, oh, you just depend on God, God will fix it. But when you're in that moment and really all you have is God and your faith, and I don't know what anyone's faith is. I do believe in Jesus. But when that's all you have, it gets hard, it gets lonely, it gets rough. But my mother decided to trust. Not even that is strength, right? So my mother's in prison. I come to her as a 9-year-old little girl and I say, Mom, I got my cycle. And I remember watching my mother crumble. There was something in her that changed. Something in her was broken. Something broke. Fast forward, my mother went to a halfway house, went to assisted living, ended up working at a hospital as a surgical technician, bought a house, found a man, bought a car in her own name, then went back to school because even in her success, she was unsettled. Now catch that. Her dreams were so powerful. Her dreams were so encumbered in her that they caused her to be uncomfortable with her success. How many of us are striving and striving and striving, but we're still dissatisfied? That's because there's something inside of us that is calling us to greater. So my mother decided in her mid to late 40s to go back to school to become an RN. She had a dream. She wanted to make more money. She wanted to be respected. She wanted to know what she was doing. So she went back to school and she did it. Those were some of the most miserable years of everybody's life, because it wasn't a moment that she wasn't in somebody's book doing something, learning. My hat's too tight, sorry. Doing something, and we all were on that journey with her. She graduated and now is making over $100,000 per year working as a traveling nurse. She supported me through college. And even, let's keep it real, this is, me, I'm very transparent, still supports me to this day. So this woman from Aliquippa, which is this small, impoverished town, who fell victim to addiction, who was a victim of domestic violence, who had lost everything she had, now has everything that she will ever need. Why? Because she followed her dream. Okay, let's take me. I am a young woman who is from a mid-sized city, which is now labeled the murder capital of the world. My cards could have been dealt to me very differently. My life could have gone a totally different way. But I had a dream. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to go to college. I wanted to make something of myself. So how did I do it? Because it wasn't easy. This is not one of those, this is easy blogs, because that's not what it was. And this is me being very frank with you. What I had to do was I had to write down my dreams. I had to make them plain. When I would shut off those lights and all the doors were closed and all I had to deal with was me and those negative voices and me telling me that I could not do it, me telling me that I was not good enough, I had to literally get out of my head and write my goals and my dreams down. I had to make it plain. But I also had to make it very specific because the universe, God, whatever you believe in, has this weird way of giving us exactly what we ask for. So I had to learn very quickly that I needed to make my requests very specific. And that's what I did, right? I met a young man who had been following me for some time. And he said, he had mentioned that he really wanted to go to Morehouse. And one thing that he said to me was, I asked him, I said, how was Morehouse? How did it go? He said, oh, unfortunately, I'm going to Clark, which is another college. For those who don't know what that is, Morehouse and Clark are two colleges. But here's the thing, Clark is a phenomenal school. My man goes there, phenomenal school. But there was something in that young boy that wasn't satisfied because he has a dream of going to Morehouse College. Go for it. Things don't happen how we plan them all of the time because there's a bigger picture for our lives. Go after your dreams. I do not care. Listen to me, friend. Listen to me. And I'm going to put a note on here to skip to this moment because this is the most important part of this week. I don't care what your grandmother has said, your daddy, your mama, your cousin, the man who molested you, the woman who raped you. I don't care what any of them said. Listen to me because I'm your friend. You are good enough. You are powerful and you are strong. You can make it. You can survive. I believe in you. You believe in you. I believe in you. Chase those dreams. Go get it. You are the best thing to happen to your future because you are learning the lessons of your today. Your temporary reality is not your destiny. Please, friend, grab it. Go after your dreams. They're waiting on you. The world needs you. Do not stop. Do not quit. You can do this. You can do this. And when you do it, make sure you write me. Make sure you text me or call me so that we can go out and have a mimosa because I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. I hope you have a really great week. I love you and never forget it. And oh, keep it confident. Bye, boo.